Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyersportsbetting.com. Today is June the 15th, 2017. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. There is an easy play, very easy play, in my opinion, to make money on this Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight. Now, looking at history, and I'll discuss it after telling you the pick, right? I believe that there's a chance that either guy could get a KO in the fight, right? Let me just point out, though, that according to boxrec.com, great site here online, boxrec.com, this fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. 12. In my opinion, without Mayweather getting an injury, Mayweather does have tender hands, this fight is almost guaranteed to end inside of the distance, right? Don't confuse the Floyd Mayweather who's fighting world-class fighters, right? Seasoned boxers who are mandatory contenders, or are contenders who the public demands Mayweather fight. Don't confuse the cautious Mayweather who has gone the distance against some of those outgunned opponents. Think Andre Berto. Think Manny Pacquiao. Those are two recent Mayweather fights. With the Mayweather who's going to be in the ring against Conor McGregor, there is nothing short of an injury, right? There is nothing that's going to stop Floyd Mayweather from hunting down and stopping Conor McGregor, right? Nothing. You need to view this like Floyd's fight against Diego Corrales. You need to view this like Floyd's fight against Arturo Gatti. Understand, there are fights where Mayweather just comes in and opens up the cabinet, right? I believe Mayweather here is gonna make a statement. Let me go one step further and point out that I know McGregor is an excellent puncher. I'll concede, unlike many pundits, that McGregor has a puncher's chance. But there is no way, let me repeat that, no way on God's green earth that Conor McGregor is gonna outbox Floyd Mayweather. It's just simply not gonna happen. Let me also say too, there is a skill that you don't see in MMA that's needed in boxing. And that's what we call in boxing here, at least in the boxing videos I've done online, a back foot game. Right? The ability when a guy's in front of you hunting you down to operate off your back foot. Right? Throw counters, throw jabs, do so horizontally. Right? Excuse me, vertically. As opposed to MMA where guys are on their back foot momentarily, then they go to the ground. Right? That doesn't happen in boxing. So Conor McGregor is not going to have, he's just not going to have the back foot game to deal with Mayweather. Yes, the defensive wizard. To deal with Mayweather on his front foot. Right? He's just not. So I believe Mayweather is going to be hunting down Conor McGregor. Folks, 12 rounds. Good luck for any new fighter lasting 12 rounds. I don't care how hard a guy is training in the gym and stuff like that. Most fighters work up to 12 rounds, right? They start in 4-round fights, then 6-round fights, then 8-round fights, then 10-round fights. You don't get to a 12-round fight until it's a championship fight or some elimination match, right? Here, you're telling me Conor McGregor is going to somehow last 12 rounds against a fighter as accurate, that's who Floyd is, as accurate as Floyd Mayweather? It's not going to happen. Don't confuse McGregor with Andre Berto, who went 12 rounds against Floyd in his last fight. Andre Berto is a professional prize fighter who's been in the sport of boxing for decades. Right? Conor McGregor in MMA is making the jump to boxing. I understand both involve punching and stuff like that, but I just don't see how an MMA guy out the gate against this accurate an opponent is going to be able to last 12 rounds. People must have forgotten Floyd fights where he's decked guys multiple times. What I want people to do right now, for all of those who don't view Floyd as having a punch, is to encourage them to look at Floyd's career KO percentage. I understand in some high-profile fights the fight goes the distance. I understand Floyd with hand problems, right, had hands that were a bit too tender even against overmatched opponents like Saul Alvarez. To close the show in a fight he was shutting out his opponent in. Right? I get all of that. But Conor McGregor is not Canelo. Conor McGregor is not Robert the Ghost Guerrero. He's not Manny Pacquiao. He's not Andre Berto. Right? Those guys are world-class professional prize fighters. This guy is an MMA guy making the jump to boxing. Right? So, the easy play, in my opinion, in order to beat the casino here, is to take both guys by KO. Right? Let's be real here. Conor McGregor only has a puncher's chance in this fight. You haven't seen guys like Manny Pacquiao outbox Floyd Mayweather. Why do you think a guy with less experience as a boxer, with less hand speed in Conor McGregor, is going to somehow be able to outbox Mayweather when no one in Mayweather's entire professional boxing career has done so? It's not going to happen. So why waste money on Conor McGregor simply to win? Why do it when his only shot of winning is a lucky punch? Right? That's the first thing. Now let's talk about the Mayweather side, because I know this is a side people are going to say, oh, come on, come on. Do you really think Mayweather is going to run for 12 rounds against a guy making his debut fight as a boxer? It's not going to happen. Right? I want people to carefully look at the Diego Corrales fight. Let me just point out too, Corrales at that point, very high KO percentage. He was viewed as an absolute killer. Mayweather figures out that Corrales could not handle his left hook. And that's what Mayweather then throws. Knocks down Morales so many times. I believe it was Morales' daddy in Corrales' corner, who throws in the towel. Guy was knocked down that many times. Did you know that Arturo Gatti is in the Hall of Fame? Right? Just look at the condition Gatti is in at the end of his fight against Floyd Mayweather. They could have told you that Gatti fell out of a building. He would have looked the same way. You wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. He was that beaten up. Now let's talk about what history tells us. Only one time in heavyweight history, and I understand these guys are fighting at 154 or something like that, right? But understand, only one time in heavyweight history has a fighter making his debut fight fought the heavyweight champion of the world. Right? Let's turn the clock back to August the 22nd, 1957. By the way, the guy making his debut was the reigning Olympic gold medalist. Pete Rademacher had won the gold medal in the Olympics. He came up a boxer. He was the gold medal winner. And he fought an earlier Floyd Patterson. Right? Understand, the fight starts in a best case scenario for Rademacher. By the way, more than 16,000 people showed up for the fight. The public was energized. Rademacher comes out and starts in a way Conor McGregor hopes he starts. Rademacher in the second round knocks down the reigning heavyweight champion. Think about it. Right? Also consider the fact that Rademacher outweighed Floyd Patterson by something like 14 or 15 pounds. What then ensued was we got back to reality. Right? Floyd Patterson then proceeds to knock down Rademacher 7 times. Right? He ends up successfully defending his title. Right? The fight becomes a knockdown fest. That's what's going to happen here. Right? Conor McGregor's going to try to swing for the fences. If he's smart, he knows he's not going to outbox Floyd Mayweather. Think about it. Right? If he's smart, he knows he's not going to outbox Floyd Mayweather. Right? Forget a decision. He has to go for broke. This is a fight where he's going to have to load up on power shots. He's going to have to. Now, the key with Mayweather, and I've long said this, is the best part of Mayweather's game, the absolute best part, is his thought process. Right? Mayweather is a guy who outthinks you. He isn't a guy who's going to be in there who's just relying on physical gifts. No, Mayweather is the sports master strategist. Right? He's making adjustments in the fight. The fight's usually over by the 4th round. When you look at Mayweather rematches, you'll notice that Mayweather will completely neutralize an opponent, Marcus McDonough, for example, that people thought challenged him the first time around. Right? Mayweather in this fight is going to know the holes in Conor McGregor's game by the start of the 3rd round. Then he's going to start teeing off. Folks, you're going to be stunned at who the puncher is in this fight. Right? McGregor better hope, like Rademacher, he has a moment where he knocks Mayweather down. If he does that, he's going to have exceeded expectations. Right? I believe the last time I saw Mayweather on the canvas was against Zab Judah years ago. Right? That's how dominant Floyd's career has been. You have to go back years. Right? Conor McGregor, best case, lands a lucky punch, Mayweather hits the canvas. Even if that happens, McGregor, like Pete Rademacher in the 50s, better hope Mayweather doesn't get off the canvas. Because if he does, Mayweather's gonna be not on his back foot. This is a guy who was on his front foot in the 1st round against Saul Alvarez. Look at the video. Mayweather's gonna be on his front foot. Does Conor McGregor, who throws long distance punches, right, and who, when you get inside, is trying to grab you, does he know how to deal with a boxer on his front foot collapsing the pocket, who he can't use his legs on, who he can't try to take to the ground, who he has to fight backing up? The Muhammad Ali part of Conor McGregor's game is going to be rudimentary. It's going to be basic. And here he is against an all-time great fighter. Right? So, let's hedge it. Let's be on both sides of the play. Let's take both guys by KO. If Conor McGregor gets lucky, all right, great. You'll be in line with everybody else collecting at the end, right? McGregor lands a lucky punch. You'll be the gambler sitting there saying, wow, I didn't see that coming. Now let me go cash this winning ticket. Right? If Floyd wins, by stoppage. While 40% of the people around you are going to be saying, well, Mayweather got a knockout. You're going to be saying, hey, Johnny, excuse me, I'm going to go cash this winning ticket. Right? This fight is not going the distance. Right? Unless, and here's the carve out, unless Mayweather, who has had to deal with tender hands for a while now, right? Unless Mayweather hurts himself. The only reason why Canelo was able to end his fight against Mayweather standing upright, and I'm serious about this, it's on film, folks, it's because Mayweather hurts his hands. Right? There's a scene in Mayweather's corner in around the 9th round. Now keep in mind, he has his father in the corner, Floyd Mayweather, a fighter himself, where father looks at son. It's actually a major moment. Father looks at son and says, your hands, right? Or something like that. Why? Because father saw the openings. This is the same Canelo who's about to fight Golovkin. Father saw the openings where healthy Mayweather would have closed the show. And father noticed Mayweather wasn't throwing power shots then. Right? That's the only chance Conor McGregor has of going the distance. A healthy Mayweather, folks, it's lights out. Maybe casual fans are confusing Conor McGregor with other world-class fighters like Manny Pacquiao, right? Canelo, right? Andre Berto. Don't make that mistake. This is another guy like Pete Rademacher who's making his boxing debut against an elite fighter, right? Elite, right? Expect a stoppage. Don't spend money betting on this fight going the distance. Also, the odds on Mayweather are so long right now. What's the point of simply taking Mayweather to win? At the end of the day, you want profits. Take both guys by KO. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section to this video. Thanks for stopping by.